I wanted to talk to you all to tell you about something. I kind of sneak peeked it, I think, in my return to YouTube video, but I am on my way now to do something that I'm really excited about, which is potentially confirm my first wholesale order. And I'm super excited about it, and I want to tell you guys all about it. And I'm pretty sure I should also rename my channel like Crochet Car Chats or something, because I feel like I'm always talking to you guys when I'm in the car. But for some reason, probably because I'm alone with nothing but my thoughts, it seems like the best time to talk to all of you. And sometimes it's hard to just sit down and actually, you know, kind of record content. But anyway, so I want to tell you about this wholesale order. I will give you all the tea, which basically starts off with, so you guys might remember I had a video where I did a market in March, and that market, it was successful for me, but it was also a bit of a disaster. I was like feeling really down because I had been having like some struggles with my back, and it was raining, and I had lost some help that I was gonna have. Anyway, it was a whole kind of thing going into that market, and the market ended up great. That is my next market. She does one in March and she does one in November, so I'm doing the November one. And the coordinator, it's funny, she actually told me recently that the market in March was not one of their best markets, and I did fine. You know, I definitely had no complaints. Granted, it was at a daycare center, and she was, you know, the daycare coordinator, and she was guiding every child back to my booth, so you can't really ask for better than that. But I felt like I did fine. I felt like if she felt like that was slow and says that their November market is faster, it's going to be a great market for me to end the year. I'm only doing that one. I'm taking a break. My sister's getting married. I'm honestly totally burnt out, and I kind of just need to reset myself. So I think between that market and my wholesale order that I have going on, you know, potentially, we'll see, I will be good. I will feel really good about ending this year having met my goals. So, sorry, car content. So anyway, back to the story about this wholesale order, right? So when I was at that market in March, a man had come up to my booth, and he was looking around, and he was looking at all my animals, and he was like, this stuff's really great. I actually am doing my first fair as a coordinator later this year. This is him talking. He says, I run, I believe it's Rescue Paws, New England, the Rhode Island Rescue Paws. He runs a nonprofit for animal rescue. And I was like, okay, speaking to my heart right now. Like, I love all the little animals. So I said, yeah, absolutely. Like, here's my card. Feel free to send me an email when you do your market. And so I did that market, and it was his first one. There actually was not a ton of foot traffic, but he made a ton of money for the organization, which I was really happy about for him. And despite the fact that it was very low attendance, everyone there bought something for me. I made over $600 at that market. So while I was at that market, this is a whole networking story, which is why it's kind of, you know, I always think there's value in going to a market, even if it's a poor market, even if you don't know what's going to happen, you never know what connections you're going to make. But so at that market, a man comes over to me, and he's looking at my stuff, and he's like, wow, this is so cute. I run the Rhode Island Wildlife Rehab Clinic, and we're thinking about doing a campaign where you get to adopt an animal when you donate to the center, and we'll do tiered levels of donation based off of or we'll do an animal based off which tier they donated at, right? So like bigger animal for more money, or you can pick your own animal, that kind of thing. And I was like, that's cool, and also speaks my language, because I absolutely love, giving back to animals and making sure all the animals are cared for. So we exchanged information, and we had a call last month where we kind of just talked about the logistics. What I wanted to do was make some samples, because part of it's probably just my anxiety and being self-conscious about what I make. You know, it's part of the reason I like to sell at market, is I still think sometimes I have that insecurity of like, okay, everybody wants to buy my stuff and pay for it, but like, I want to make sure people know and they've seen the product that they're paying for. Like, I don't know, for some reason, maybe it's because I take really bad pictures and the stuff is really cute, or then I get really insecure about my stuff, but it's actually really cute objectively. So what I said to him is, okay, it's October, I'm in full market month. I have 3 weekends straight of markets, and I want to make some samples for you. And so we decided upon that. He gave me a general list of animals. I had to go through Etsy. I kind of looked at a couple of them with him, because he very specifically wants realistic looking stuffed animals. He wants them to be handmade, which is of course why, you know, this is working out for us. And he wants them to be realistic and almost like, you know, somewhat anatomically correct. So that made everything a little bit harder, because as we all know, it's the cute kind of, I forget the word, cowy. I don't know. You guys know what I'm talking about. Animals that I feel like a lot of us sell at market. We're not always selling the perfect anatomical animal. So that's what he wanted. I went through a few samples. I had some trial and error with a few different patterns, and it's a little bit harder to find those realistic patterns, but I found a couple of designers that had squirrels, bunnies, one with a chipmunk. I made a skunk pattern, or I should say I made a skunk variation. The chipmunk, I varied it with skunk colors, and I think I added in a couple rounds of something to kind of make it a little bit more. But then I did create a possum pattern and a raccoon for them. So I'll show you guys all the samples when I get back, and of course I'll share the links for what patterns I got. But basically that's it. And so the order is not insignificant. He says he has a $1,500 budget that he is planning to use for the campaign, i.e. $1,500 in product for me, hopefully. We'll see if he likes what I've got. But that's basically it. You know, it's just so funny how I have been connection to connection to connection provided with these opportunities, and it's the true value of going to these markets, and everyone knows each other. Paul, it was the Rescue Paws coordinator. He knew Bill, who is the, you know, Rhode Island wildlife person, because they're both shared, you know, animal nonprofits. But Paul knew Tracy, who I did the market with in March, from growing up together. And he had gone to her fair. She came to his fair, so she showed up at my fair, and of course she bought something. We'll do a whole Tracy segment at the next market, because she's just a fantastic person. But you just don't know who knows who. Now, I live in Rhode Island, so everyone knows everyone. It's a little bit of a different story. But those networks, I'm telling you, the craft circuit, no matter where you are, is fairly small. So it's always, I think, worth it to kind of do those opportunities. So I'm going to continue my drive. I'm arriving absurdly early, I think. We'll see once I hit the traffic. But I just want to be there. I want to be prepared. I want to get myself a little chai from my favorite place. And, oh, I'll also show you guys the order form that I made. I'm feeling so official. But I'm really excited to take you guys with me on this. And I will check in with you after my sit down. Things went well, everyone. So, walked out there. We've got an order for $1,350. So that's $1,350. I am going to be making 5 of each type of animal that I brought. And still a little wiggle room, he said, for, you know, more items. We're looking at owls. We picked out an owl pattern together, and I will probably start to work up that. But I did promise a January 15th delivery date. I don't know why I did that to myself, but I did. I think it's going to be okay. I think it's generally going to be okay. And yeah, we'll see. You know, I think I really hope it's successful, because I think he's even, you know, kind of dreaming bigger, like what's going to happen. They have a retail presence. They have some specific events. That baby shower, I don't think I mentioned, but it's cute. It's a baby shower for the animals. When they're all born in March and April. So people come into the event, and, you know, we talked about having the things available for that, as well as the email campaign that they want to run. So that's it. Just wanted to share my excitement over that. And really just kind of, now I'm going to go home. It's an 80 item order. So once I get home, I will review everything that I brought with you guys. I'll share the patterns, and I'll tell you my price points, and I'll tell you what I suggested they retail them for. And yeah, we'll go from there.